in the 4, 5, and 6, but now you're adding more to it, more context,
more depth to it,
more depth that you honestly didn't really need, but you're so glad you got it.
What's up, guys? It's CJ. I'm here with Mike and Richie. Let's go ahead and get into another episode of Superhero Sundays. But before we do, like always, stop. Spoiler alerts before we get into these topics. Go watch these shows and movies you want to talk about. Then come back and join us. When you come back and join us, make sure you what? Like and subscribe, because any all support is greatly appreciated and it helps us impact the community for honoring real life heroes, man. So with all that being said, hope you got your cups today. I got Justice League, rolling with DC. Got Thor, Thanos, and Batman. With DC today, huh? Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to say cheers first. All right, man, let's go ahead and dive into some cool topics, man. So last week was a lot of Disney content, man. We have Obi-Wan and Ms. Marvel, which is premiering on the same day, which is kind of weird. I don't know why they did that. Ms. Marvel got overshadowed big time by Obi-Wan. But Obi-Wan is over now. The finale dropped. And for me, overall, I just give it's a solid show. It's better than Boba Fett. I take back my remarks. I said that, Boba Fett was, good up to, I guess, episode 4 we were in Obi-Wan. But I take it back, man. The last 2 episodes of Obi-Wan, they came through. It was good. Great content. But my remarks was we need to have those bangers for every episode. And some people were like, no, not every episode. You need to appreciate the good ones. I'm like, look at The Boys. Every episode I've seen of The Boys is a banger, banger, banger. Every episode. Am I lying?
No.
Exactly. Every episode is good content. Even if it's a slow episode, they're building up to the story. The story is great, and it's great. So it's like you can have a series where every episode is a banger, and I felt they should have done that. But okay, they didn't do that. The last 2 episodes were great. They saved themselves. I give it a good solid B plus. But I'm gonna go to Richard first, man. Were you disappointed with Obi-Wan, or were you're okay with how everything ended with Obi-Wan series?
Yeah, no, I'm very satisfied with how it ended. That's the thing about this show, where you already kind of know the ending of that whole saga, right?
Yeah.
So the show is limited.
Yeah.
As far as the story, it really is. And I believe, yes, Mike did say something like that too. So, so not exactly a hot take. But for my liking, though, I loved it. I really did. I will grade it higher than a B. I'll give it like an A minus, around there. I think that's fair. It had its moments where, and there weren't many moments where you're just like, huh, or anything like that. But for the most part, just about every episode was really good. And then, of course, the last episode, just that last duel was just, I'm going to do a Mike.
Yeah. It was good. It was good.
It gave us something new. It gave us something that we've never seen in Star Wars. Well, you kind of saw the broken mask thing with Ahsoka Tano, but that was in the animated series. It's not. It doesn't
live
have
action.
as much. Yeah, it just doesn't have that impact like a live action, because you really had to do good production wise to really pull that off, and they did. And that was just that was such an amazing battle. And I know I ranked that top 5 of lightsaber duels. So yeah. It was. Yeah, I loved it.
As a Star Wars fan, you were happy, huh?
Very happy, very happy. So I know there's going to be a lot of push for Endor with getting new content, new characters, things like that. So
you're all for it, man.
I'm here. I'm all for it. Take my money. Like, let's go. Like, get it out
man.
yesterday.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm being, critical about it, but hey, I'm going to watch these shows too. And I want more shows. I want more Star Wars content. So I'm happy to. It's just, I like to nitpick. I want to hear some nitpicking from Mike though.
Andor, like I said before, the reasons why that's probably going to work a lot better than this series or Boba Fett is because it's brand new characters, brand new story. Doesn't even have to fit in this timeline, can be anywhere in the timeline. And just like The Mandalorian, like I said, the reason why that did so well is because it is brand new characters, brand new story, brand new everything, versus Boba Fett was, in my eyes, a failure. It might have did great with numbers and that sort of thing, but it was not a fun show. It was very lackluster in a lot of ways. And they had to bring somebody else to even make it watchable in some instances. And Obi-Wan was decent because of an iconic character. One of the most iconic characters in all of cinema was in that show. So it's kind of hard to miss when you got somebody like
him and Vader. He's like, and that's the good thing too about the shows, that those two were the best thing of the show, was Obi-Wan and Vader, which is what it should have been. It should be those two going at it. That's what we all wanted to see. And I think they missed with adding these extra characters in. They missed with Reva. I was kind of defending her at first, like, okay, she's, give her a chance. And I think they kind of missed it. I don't know. I feel like they could have wrote her a little better, or a better ending.
I actually would have wanted more of the other Inquisitors.
I would like to see more of the Inquisitors. I think they missed with that as well.
Yeah, because they disappeared after episode 3 or episode 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
and then the Grand Inquisitor came back, but it's like
the second brother, and I mean, what was his name that was in Fast and Furious?
I just know it was Han.
Yeah, Han. He's a good actor. So they missed out on having him just have random lines in the show. They could have had so much more with that character.
To be fair, it was 6 episodes, man. We needed like a 9-10 episodes for the series. Which again, they can do a season 2, and but I feel like we want more, and that's a good thing that we actually want more. But there's just some things that they maybe could have left, that hinted at. There's a season 2 for the Inquisitors, for Reva. I think they could have dragged out a little bit more instead of just, I don't know. I just feel like they could did things a little bit better and focus more on Obi-Wan and Darth, which is what we really, really wanted. And but again, it's only 6 episodes. I think they did the best they could, and it's like we need,
They did good though.
Yeah,
they did really well.
They did well for 6 episodes. Like I said, we can nitpick at everything, but the whole overall arching of the show, I think it's solid. So we want more. Yeah, we want more. Take our money. Yeah, I'm ready for some more Star Wars content. What's next? It's not Ashoka, right? It's something else, right?
Endor.
Endor. Right?
Is Endor next?
I think it is Endor.
Yeah. I think it's either September. I think it's September.
I mean, they already threw the trailer out, so
I think it's September. I think it's at the latest September, if not late August. And I'm super excited for that. Diego Luna is going to be amazing, and it's 12 episodes for the first season. Yes.
We needed that for Obi-Wan, man. We needed 12 episodes.
I don't know. I think 9 would have been the best, like the best thing there. 12 episodes, I think, would have been a little too much, because then you would have gotten to the point where there might have been a little too much of Vader. I think with 9 episodes, it would have been like the perfect one, but 6 episodes, it's good because it made you want more. Like you said, it was great that you want more. But I think with the whole thing with Vader, like I said, and you really never got a lot of Vader in one dose in doses. Like you always got him in doses. But just think if you got him too much, and now you're like, he kind of doesn't work too much.
Yeah,
it's a little too much Vader. Like, pump your brakes. Mm-hmm. Imagine like having like a 12 episode season, and you get like 3 full episodes of Vader, and you're like,
Yeah. I mean, there's only so much force choking you can see, right? Like, like you can just make a drinking game out of it. Like, all right, every time you force choke someone, every gotta take a shot.
Yeah,
Like,
take a shot, man. Take a shot. So I guess the best thing for Vader would be you need more Anakin to see more of his development, or more flashbacks of him and Obi-Wan, going at it, or
No more
fighting.
Anakin.
You said what? There's no more Anakin?
There's no more Anakin. He's dead.
That's what I mean.
bro.
Like, if they had more, if you had 9 episodes, it would have been like more of, more
or
Anakin.
more the flashbacks.
More
and stuff
flashbacks.
like that.
Yeah.
Which again, I called that. I called it.
What
When we talked about it, and after when we were talking about episode 4 before 5 and 6 came out, and you were complaining about it, I said what we'll probably get to make it better is that we'll get some random scene between a flashback between Obi-Wan and Anakin, where it's like a practice duel or something like that. And I said we get that, and maybe actual fight scene between the two. And what happened? That's exactly what we got. Exactly.
And it was good. They did it really well too. Going back and forth, and you seeing like when Obi-Wan's winning, it's like in real life, Obi-Wan's like his strategy is working, and then when Anakin's winning, Vader is on top.
One of these times, CJ, you're gonna have to do when you do your editing is that when I say something in one of the episodes, and then later when we come back, I want to say the ability to go, I said that in episode blank. Please roll that. And then you're going to roll what you're saying it, come back, and I'm going to be like, told you so.
Told you so, bro. All right, man. I got to look it up.
Because, I mean, I said it because it's true. It would have worked. Because they're giving us a flashback of something that we haven't seen. Brand new content. And it's exactly what we craved, is when we last saw the big battle between Anakin and Obi-Wan. And this is exactly the kind of stuff that we wanted to see. And that's exactly what they gave us.
And I actually love the time frame of that they gave us on that flashback. It was pre Return of the Sith. It was more Attack of the Clones era, where he had shorter hair with the pigtail. So I was really happy to see that too. He wasn't this like emo kid from 2005.
No, they did a good job. Like I said, they only had limited episodes, limited story they can tell. They did the best.
Last thing I do want to say about this show, before we move on, is that I really, at first I was kind of like iffy with the whole character of Leia, of young Leia. But at the end of the episode, at the end of the show, I'm actually really happy with it, because now I'm realizing, not now, I mean, like, after I'm done watching it, I'm realizing that the connection that they had, they obviously had to have like a really good connection for episode 4, A New Hope, to start off with Princess Leia sending a message through R2-D2 saying, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope, you know? So I really love how they tied it in without tying it in.
Yeah.
The same way they did the whole line between when he tells Luke Skywalker about Vader killed your father.
Yes.
They tied it in without really tying it in, but they tied it in with context. And that was perfectly done by good writing.
Yeah.
And
good writing.
And
music. The music too was just like.
But
Don Williams.
You're absolutely right, and that's exactly what needed to happen, to give you and solidify lines or things that meant stuff in the 4, 5, and 6. But now you're adding more to it, more context,
more depth to it,
more depth that you honestly didn't really need, but you're so glad you got it.
Yeah.
Very happy we got that, because it's like it covered a lot of loose ends.
I wonder if there's some people that were complaining about this, with Boba Fett complaining about this still, and somebody said like people are now kind of I guess showing more appreciation to the prequels, What do you guys think, man? Has the new content been better than episodes 1, 2, and 3? What do you guys think?
See, I had this conversation today with my lunch with my close friend Mick.
What you got, man?
That when 1, 2, and 3 first came out, everybody hated it. Especially when 1 came out, everybody said how terrible the movie was, the whole Jar Jar Binks thing, and stuff like that. People just absolutely just rode it to the ground. Right, and then you got stuff like 7, 8, 9, and people are like, well, maybe 1, 2, and 3 wasn't so bad. Right? And then you got a movie like Han Solo, and you're like, yeah, 1, 2, and 3 aren't really bad; they're actually pretty good. And then you get stuff like Mandalorian, of course, Rogue One, and then Boba Fett. We don't really want to talk about, but then this. And then you look at it, it's like it really solidifies 1, 2, and 3 as its own new modern day classics, new classic trilogy, right? Mm-hmm. But originally when they came out, they didn't get the greatest, homecoming or warm welcome as they did. But now when you look back and you watch them, you get a lot more of that satisfaction because of context from the current new series, as well as how the newer content, like the newer movies, weren't as graceful or well put together as 1, 2, and 3. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that they're completely trash or garbage, 7, 8, 9, but just you can totally tell that 7, 8, 9, like 7 was almost a copy of 4, the plot.
Yeah.
So when you're taking these new trilogies and they're basically clones of the originals, you start noticing how 1, 2, and 3 kind of stood out because they actually had to set up those originals.
Yeah.
So they didn't take and clone from the original 3. They were actually telling their own story to give more context to the original trilogy.
Any thoughts, Richard, man? I kind of feel like you're a person that's like me. Is like, if it's Star Wars, if it's action, if it's good CGI, I'm there. I'm going to enjoy it, man. What do you think, bro? You have any new appreciation for 1, 2, and 3? Or it's like, you just always liked it? What you
I've
got,
always liked it. I've always been receptive to it. Yeah, it wasn't exactly perfect. Like, for example, Revenge of the Fifth. I was happy with it. I was expecting more. Just because, I don't know, I wanted to see Anakin go more one-on-one with some of the higher Jedis and lose limbs here and there. That's what I was expecting. Not being burned off next to a lava river. But yeah, no, it was the movies that also introduced to like Natalie Portman as Padme. I mean, that's their mother, and the mother effer himself. Like, Samuel Jackson
was there, man, with his purple saber, Windu, man. Yeah, man.
Who recently said he'd rather play Nick Fury and Mace Windu than chase an Oscar. Like, yeah, that man truly loves his job.
He loves his job, man. He's a legend too, man. And I'm still here to defend 7, 8, and 9. I mean, I'm not a person that's really into the Star Wars lore and like I'm like the most knowledgeable, but just action-wise, CGI, visually, it's I love seeing that stuff, man. So I watched, like I said, episode 8 again the other day, and I was smiling the whole time. Like, this is like the fight with I don't even know what they're called, but the red troopers, like, that was a beautiful scene with her and is it right? Not Ryu. What's his name? Kylo. When her and Kylo were fighting together, like visually, it's great. Visually, I love visual. I'm a visual person. So a lot of stuff, like Mike said, over time, go back and look at it. You're like, maybe it's not that bad, or I kind of see what they were trying to do. And so. Hopefully get more great Star Wars content. I'm really looking forward to more. Yeah, man, they're taking our money, and I'm happy. So on this show, we honor real life heroes, and on this episode, we're going to honor Joselyn, who is an RN at Cedar Sinai, and she is a Star Wars nerd. Oh, ER? She's an ER nurse, and she's a Star Wars nerd too, right?
Oh yeah.
Jocelyn is a registered nurse who works at a large hospital in Los Angeles. She has been in the medical field for almost 10 years now. Ever since she was a kid, she knew she wanted to go into the medical field. Being attentive and caring for others has always been a part of her, and as she grew older, she realized helping people and making a difference is something she truly wanted to pursue. Jocelyn worked during the pandemic. She says, and I quote, "At first I initially thought, oh, this is nothing. We will be closed for 2 weeks and then reopen and it will all return to normal. But when I saw what New York went through during the initial COVID hit, I realized this is no joke. I was scared of the unknown, scared for myself and for my family because I had to protect myself in order to protect them. I was also scared that we were going to make decisions as to whose life was worth saving and whose wasn't. But thankfully, we never got to that. And it was a very scary time." Outside of work, Jocelyn loves to travel and she loves Star Wars, Harry Potter, and all things Disney.
Jocelyn, thank you for what you do for the community, for the hospital. You're a true hero. We really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. You're a hero. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Superhero Sundays. Tune in next week into more crazy topics. God bless you guys. Peace out.
Peace.